Step 3. It's called Who Do You Know? And this is how you get the check. There's a couple of components to it. I'm not going to go into detail because that will be covered at training here on Saturday. But Who Do You Know is 3A. Make a list of the people you have a relationship with. This is where everybody starts to go off the cliff. Because they hear the words the way they want to hear them. I just said make a list of everyone you have what?
A relationship with.
And people hear, make a list of everyone I know that I have a relationship with that's going to want to do this business with. Yes or no? It's not our job to make that decision, is it? Who determines whether or not these people want to do the business? They do. So our job is to approach them effectively, let them do the presentation, meet the presenter. I'm going to give you guys the easiest one in a second, but get them exposed and let them choose for themselves. How many of you like the idea that you were in control and made a decision whether or not you want to do this business?
Yep.
We're not here to force you. We're never going to force you. So we've got to have that same offer to the people we know, which means we're not going to force them in, but we're also not going to exclude them from looking. Fair enough? Yep. So 3A is make a list of at least 50 people you have a relationship with. 3B, approach them effectively. Approach them effectively. I'm not going to tell you what you have to say. I'm going to tell you that your job is to make sure that you prepare them. You don't tell them what to do. You prepare them to have a very strong, very effective conversation that gets the people on their list to say, sure, I'd love to take a look at that and evaluate. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I happen to think that the words that work are the most effective. Been documented for 2 decades that they're the most effective, but I can't make you do it. I can simply offer to you that this will work 100% of the time. Is that a fair enough way to say it? If you invest, keyword, invest the time in your brand new person to make sure that they're prepared, they'll have massive success. How long does it take to learn the words that work?
10 minutes.
If I'm working with you one-on-one, less than an hour. Make sense? This is where the rubber meets the road. When people go, oh, I told my people what to do, congratulations, your people have done nothing. Why?
Shown.
Who knows a lazy person? Path of least resistance. If you want that brand new person to be good and effective in approaching, what does it cost you to spend an hour with them? Nothing. What's it worth to you if you spend an hour with them? Priceless. But that right there, folks, is where 99% of failure begins. Because that brand new person needs someone to hold them by the hand and walk them through that process. So 3B is make sure that you're a brand new person, and if you're brand new, it's the upline director and area director in this company's job to make sure that you're able to effectively approach. And 3C is learn how to promote someone else. Who in this room has ever had somebody say this? How much money are you making in that thing? Who's had that question? If you've ever had that question, sadly, we've invited it ourselves. Because we've had the spotlight firmly fixed on who? Us. If you can instead create value and respect for someone else by being brand new, there's no room for somebody to bombard you with that. And I'm just going to simply say it this way. If you are serious about building your business, you cannot be the expert. You cannot be the source of information for the people you have a relationship with. You can only ask them to evaluate it for you and bring them to another source. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you do that properly, they don't want to know what you know.